Hello everyone! Today I thought I would do a video that I'm very passionate about and that means a lot to me, and that is my dog and what I feed him. So I compiled a list of things that are good for your dog, that you should feed your dog, my personal recommendations, and then also stuff that your dogs can absolutely not eat. So that'll be at the end if you're wondering. But I have a list over here of all of the things. Obviously some are in front of me and then some I don't have in-house at the moment. You will hear Forrest walking around wanting all of this, so excuse that in advance. So I'm gonna start with our base. So our base is Purina Pro Plan or Open Farm puppy food. It depends on the month. We like to switch it up every once in a while, just so he's not getting the same base every month. Our general rule of thumb that we follow, we being me and my girlfriend, is the first ingredient should be a whole ingredient. So like not corn, no dyes, no meat byproducts, like it should be chicken, beef, lamb, like a whole food. So I'm gonna put some examples on the screen. This is pedigree. As you can see, their first ingredient is not a whole ingredient. And then we have puppy chow over here, which again, this is just kind of the example, rule of thumb that we follow. It's not scientific by any means, but it's just what we go by. Keep in mind there can be foods that have a whole ingredient as the first ingredient, and that doesn't necessarily mean that they're good. So that's it for the base of the food, and now we're gonna go into things that you can add into your dog's food that can spice up their kibble or be really good for them. The first thing I have here is bone broth. We use Open Farm bone broth. We also use Primal, and Honest Kitchen has really good bone broth as well. We also can freeze our bone broth and put some of that in there as well, or sometimes we heat up this bone broth and just rehydrate his kibble with it. Bone broth is good for gut health and really hydrating for your dog, as well as their joint health, and it's also packed with like vitamins and minerals for them. Then I have some goat's milk. This one's from Primal. Honest Kitchen also has good goat's milk. I know Chewy has goat's milk as well. With goat's milk, it's easier to digest for them than whole milk from a cow. It's a good substitution to cow's milk for them. It's also really good for dogs with allergies. So if your dog has allergies, throw some goat's milk into their kibble. We also freeze goat's milk as well. I have these little molds that we put stuff in. I'll insert a picture of them right here. But that's totally unnecessary. I just do it because I'm crazy. Then we have these. These are Primal freeze-dried nuggets, as well as Open Farm freeze-dried raw. These are both really, really good. What you do with these is they come with like a block, and you crumble it up and you can mash it with water or bone broth or whatever and then add it into their food. And then these ones already come like little pebbles that you can just throw onto the food, and then you put water or bone broth on it. It's just really good for them. Point blank period. Both these brands are really, really good, and it's really good to put into their kibble to give them something new and to give them new vitamins and minerals that they wouldn't normally get just with their kibble. And then I have some raw topper by Primal as well. This is a sardine one. I will get into sardines later, but we use this. You sit it out 10 minutes before they eat it, and then you put it on their food. It has high quality animal protein, and it's just, again, really good for your dog. Primal is a very, very good dog food brand. So if you're gonna get anything from this video, I would get anything Primal. And then ignore the packaging of this, but pumpkin. Now obviously pumpkin's really good for dogs with stomach issues. If they're having loose stool, throw some pumpkin in their kibble and it should harden it up. It also helps with weight control. I don't know why. Then I wrote down yogurt. It has to be plain yogurt with no added sugars or artificial sweeteners. The active bacteria in yogurt builds their digestive system up and makes it stronger. And Forrest really likes yogurt, so. Eggs. Only get eggs that are free range, like the free range eggs, or if you know someone with a chicken coop, take their eggs, ask first. Don't just feed them the eggs from the store that you eat yourself. Eggs are really good for your dog's skin and coat, and if you have a pregnant dog, the shell has a lot of calcium in it, so you can give them the shell too. You can give them the shell if your dog is weak on calcium too. I guess they don't have to be pregnant necessarily. Carrots. Forrest loves carrots. They're really good for their teeth, and we used them when he was a puppy. He's still a puppy. We used them when he was a little puppy for training. We cut them up into really small pieces and used them as treats. Blueberries. Blueberries are rich in antioxidants, and they help prevent cell damage. He loves blueberries too. We use those as, they're really good as use for training treats because they're so small. If you don't want to use like pre-made training treats. Sardines. This is gross, but they're also good for your dog. Make sure they're in water. They can't be in like oil or, I said oil. They can't be in oil. They have omega-3s and vitamin D, but they do stink. So if you have a weak stomach, you can skip out on the sardines. Coconut oil is very good for their skin and coat as well, only a little bit at a time. We tried salmon oil too with him, but salmon oil really depends on the dog that you have, their personal preferences, because he got sick from salmon oil, so we stopped using that, but that's also really good for your dog. Just, it's a trial and error thing. Like, all of these things can be working for Forrest, but as soon as your dog gets them, they might have a bad reaction. So it's just trial and error. Your dogs can also have apples. Apples are very rich in antioxidants, and Forrest really likes the crunch it makes when he eats them. And then I have a list of things that your dogs cannot eat under any circumstances, so pay attention. We have avocado. It's very toxic and can cause diarrhea and vomiting in your dog. Cherries. I don't know why, I just know that they're not allowed to eat it. Grapes is probably the one that most of y'all know already. That can cause a dog to go into immediate kidney failure, so if your dog has a grape, take them to the emergency room immediately. Onions and chocolate and garlic. Garlic is really, really toxic to dogs, I do know that. And then the main thing, I bet y'all ain't gonna guess what the main thing that dogs are allergic to is. Bob, do you wanna take a guess? The main thing that dogs cannot have under any circumstances.
Chocolate.
No.
Gum.
Well, yes, don't give your dog gum.
What?
Macadamia nuts. Macadamia nuts are actually the most poisonous food to dogs. So don't give them macadamia nuts. But that is all the things that I have for you today. I do want to continue my dog content because I love my dog and I love dogs in general. So doing content that I love would be great. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this type of video. If you guys want more dog related videos, let me know because I will do it in a heartbeat. This isn't sponsored, but I have a discount code with Open Farm that I will put on the screen right here. I'm not sure what it is. I'll see you on Sunday. It won't be a dog video next Sunday. So if you're a dog hater and you're pissed that I posted a video about dogs this week, don't worry. Next week it won't be a dog video. So I will see you guys next Sunday. Bye.